Hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So this video, I just want to describe some philosophy differences. This time between Laoism or Daoism and Confucianism. Confucianism. Yeah, my pronunciation sometimes is kind of, you know, kind of bad. Let's say, yeah. So yeah, differences between these philosophies. Let me just, yeah. I just, I've done some notes about these themes, so just wanted to share with this info to you. So, so you'll know what's the real purpose of this kind of video. Yeah. So I just made a 3 points, let's say. First point is about Confucianism. Second is about some similarities between these philosophies, and third is Daoism or Daoism or Lao Laoism section. Yeah. So let's start rather. Yeah, let's start with Confucianism. When we look at Confucianism, it may look like a religion somewhat, because at the time there were a lot of philosophies which were regarded as uh, religions, actually, who were who had a massive audience. Yeah, but actually, Confucianism is philosophy. Philosophy for better communication, for better life as a human being, and actually, he had a book, The Art of War. So, this book both explain how to regulate the actual war, how to be the leader in situation where when you gotta you decide how the soldiers function, you know, and yeah, so it's a guiding for better communication, being ethical and moral. So Confucius really uh, paid a high amount of praise to morality around people, or rather amongst people. Yeah. So because of that, uh, his philosophy is mostly regarded, mm, well, let's say by me, as a philosophy for better communications. Yeah, and I just sometimes I have some thoughts about, you know, not doing this video because, just random thoughts that are popping into my head. Yeah, so I don't know even why am I telling you this right now, but I'm actually grateful for this because now, comparing to my past self, now I'm more aware of what's happening in my mind. Yeah, how am I thinking? Am I thinking negatively? Am I thinking rationally, critically? Am I thinking fast and not critically? Yeah. Now, let's get back to Confucianism. So, he made some rules, or rather aspects, for a better life. First is ceremonies or liturgy that is somehow uh, associated with sacrifice or praise of for your ancestors. Yeah, basically, you just always remember your ancestors, what they did, what a good people they were, and then first rule is, achieved. First task is achieved in becoming the real Confucianist. Yeah, and this was the first rule. And second one is social and political rights. So you may probably understand, like, the high quality community, high quality society should have rights to independently describe their opinion about some situations, wherever it might be. So this way they could, you know, perhaps learn if they are right or wrong from criticism of others. Yeah, but these days people just don't really dig deep in some topics that really demand the deep investigating, the deep inquiry, analysis. And because of that, they become the part of society, as Joker said. So the last rule is the etiquette. If you read the book how to win friends and influence people, then you'd probably understand that if a large community will follow these etiquette rules, these techniques of good communication, of effective communication, then the society will become much better, let's say. Yeah, so this was this were the rules, or rather aspects, for a better life. Confucius thought that if these aspects will be fulfilled, then people will be grateful for their lives, live their lives happily, with joy. He hoped that if people fulfill these aspects with every sunrise, when they awake, they'll be just they'll be filled with large amounts of happiness that I'm still alive. My family is still alive. I am healthy. I am happy. My family is in a good state. I'm achieving my purpose, my tasks. So that was part of Confucianism. So right now, we'll talk about Daoism, or Laoism. This one is religion. Yeah, at the time, as Confucianism was at the time when Confucianism was taken as religion, Taoism too was taken as religion. Yeah. So this was a religion that was preaching the rules that had to be followed in order to achieve the state of the way. The way is described in this philosophy as the absolute, the state of flow in which you're completely serene, non-judgmental, completely positive, completely grateful for your life. and just in a stable position. It perhaps could be compared to Stoicism, which also praised the serenity, not caring about things that are not in our control, like the weather or traffics, etc., etc. Yeah. So in this way, Taoism is much more similar to Stoicism in this case. Yeah. So what else? What else? So in this philosophy, as you know, ways to represent the ideas, the natural, I mean, the shapes and things from nature are used to describe these ideas. For example, to become, uh, I don't know, to become much happier, you need to be like a wind. You need to be free, like a wind. You need to be a lot careless, careless of things that are on your way. The wind does not care what stands in front of it. It just rushes into the obstacle, you know. The obstacle does not stop the wind. And essentially, I mean, that this isn't this is this isn't the part from the actual philosophy. I just made it up myself, just in order to give you the basic understanding of what kind of interpretations are utilized in these chapters of a book. So, yeah, this philosophy uses nature a lot. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the second point. Taoism was third, so the second one would be the similarities between these philosophies. And these are their and these would be the somewhat purposes of each philosophy. So both philosophies have a purpose which stands for helping a vast majority of some community or society becoming better and better, becoming more high value, becoming actually happy. Yeah. Fuck. I just spent too much air and my heart rate just increased right now. And it's difficult for me now to, find some words to describe the second part of my diagram. Yeah, I've made a diagram there, which has obviously first, second, and third points. So, yeah, these philosophies both are made in order to elevate the state of humanity, the state of a person, perhaps, who's studying these philosophies. So, actually, a person could take some really good moments from each philosophy because they both are amazing. Yeah. And each has unique knowledge to present to you, to indulge you. So, if you want some idea of a good communication, then probably you should study the Confucianism. Spend lots of time on developing yourself in this area. So yeah, what I was telling about is, so yeah, if you prefer a communication, then Confucianism is your philosophy. Well, as I understand. But if you prefer more spiritual development, then you should probably study Daoism. These are my recommendations. And lastly, I'll say the purpose of this video. I just wanted to show you with the work basically that I've done, that each person has to develop his way of thinking. You know, there was a study done by Miss Greuter. Don't really remember her name, but yeah, Miss Greuter had done an amazing job on studying ego development. So yeah, as we develop the ego, we develop basically our way of thinking, our way of perceiving, our way of analyzing, analysis, yeah, how we analyze. Do we analyze deeply or not? So I'll probably talk about this topic on a next video. But for now, that's all. Yeah. So hope you have a great day.